Year 2021 is about to begin, and in this video I'm going to discuss which 5 programming languages you need to learn in this new year for your future career growth. Now, I have been working in product-based companies since past 17 years, and I have many friends who work for companies like Amazon, Google and Facebook, and I'm having conversations with them all the time to keep myself up to date with the technology. So based on these conversations and Stack Overflow developer survey, I have designed this list of 5 languages, and watch till the end because I have a special giveaway. So let's begin. At number 5, we have a language that is created and maintained by Google. Yes, it is a Go programming language, also known as Golang. Are you planning to write some networking or some fast server software using some statically compiled language? Well, you always have the thought of using C++ for faster programs, but here you can use Go as an alternative. So Go is a statically compiled language designed for fast computation, and it has several benefits over C++, such as the code is much more readable and you can code much faster compared to C++. The garbage collection is automatic. In C++ you have to do everything manually. And the best benefit of using Go is the coroutines. So coroutines provides you inbuilt concurrency support. So for example, I have a program here in C++ where you are running 2 threads. One computes square of the numbers, the other computes the cube of the numbers. And concurrency in languages like C++ and Java is little bit complicated. You have to do management manually in the program, whereas in the Go you get concurrency support out of the box. For example, look at this code. Here you write 2 routines and you just say go square or go cube, and those routines will run concurrently for you. So that support is given by the language, and that has become one of the best features of Go programming language. In Stack Overflow developer survey, Go ranked at number 3 in terms of most wanted languages. So people want to learn Go, and it is becoming quite popular. In terms of job opportunities, Go is kind of like a niche segment where the companies which are writing faster software, they will be using Go. Maybe mid-tier or small organizations will not be using it that much. So the number of jobs are less, but at the same time, the economy works based on supply and demand. So the supply is also less. So if you want to go into faster computation or writing code in statically typed language, then Go is an alternative that you can consider. We do not have salary data for Go language programmers for India or US markets, but overall, if you are a very well-rounded full-stack software engineer with lot of knowledge on scalability, performance, etc., you can get a lot more money than other programming languages that we are going to discuss. At number 4, we have a Kotlin programming language designed by JetBrains, same people who build IDEs such as PyCharm and IntelliJ. Kotlin is basically a better version of Java. So if you're using Java in your code or for your use case, and you're looking for a better version which helps you develop code faster, and also you want to utilize some extra features, then Kotlin is a perfect choice for you. In Stack Overflow's developer survey for most wanted languages, Kotlin ranked at number 6. And I have this little code snippet which describes the usage of Kotlin's data classes. So for this user class in Java programming language, you have to write a lot of boilerplate code such as set and get routines, whereas in Kotlin you can write the same code in only one line. So you can see how compact this is, and it's not about the compactness, it's about the readability and maintainability of a program. When the program grows very big, and if you have so much boilerplate code that you have to scroll through it, it really affects your efficiency, and extending that code becomes difficult. There are many other useful features of Kotlin, and I'm gonna link a Kotlin conference keynote below in the video description. You can find all those cool features. I just mentioned only few features which are just the tip of an iceberg. So yes, Kotlin could be the best alternative for Java. And the most important thing is Android apps can be developed in Kotlin now. So Google has declared actually Kotlin as a first class citizen. So now if you're writing native Android app in Java, Kotlin can be your alternative. Again, there is not much data available on Indeed.com or Glassdoor for Kotlin programmers, but overall Kotlin programmers will make same money or little more money that Java programmers are making. At number 3 we have JavaScript. JavaScript is called the language of internet. It is present in the browser, which means if you have a cell phone, a laptop or a personal computer, JavaScript is present on all those devices. You don't have to install anything. It is there on your device right now, and it makes it a perfect language for web and mobile app development, which means majority of the code that is written in the world, which is web and mobile applications, will be in JavaScript. So that creates lots of job opportunities. So if you are worried about not getting a job, and if you want to get a job and build a good career, JavaScript is the language you need to learn. Talking about web frameworks such as React.js, Node.js, Vue.js, as the name suggests, they are all in JavaScript. Mobile framework, mobile especially hybrid frameworks such as React Native and Flutter, they are also all based on JavaScript. So JavaScript is the key ingredient when it comes to web and mobile app development. Now talking about salaries, as per Indeed.com, in US JavaScript developers earn on average $117,000 a year. In India it is 531,000 rupees a year. Now these are just average guidelines. If let's say you are in US and if you are working on East or West Coast, and if you are a really good developer with more than 5 years of experience, you can make anywhere between $200,000 to even up to $300,000 or $350,000. So that is for a full stack engineer who is really good in overall building the systems. And you can be a JavaScript programmer, but with all that additional knowledge you can earn that much money. In India also you can earn up to 40 or 50 lakh rupees per year if you are a very good JavaScript developer. So when you talk about salaries, really the range is very high, and based on your skill set and how you perform, you can make tons of money. As per Stack Overflow developer survey, JavaScript was at number 2 in terms of most wanted languages. Now someone will ask, how about HTML and CSS? HTML, CSS, JavaScript is called Holy Trinity of web development. So when you learn JavaScript, of course you need to know a little bit of HTML and CSS as well. These three things go hand in hand, and that's why I'm not putting HTML and CSS as a separate category. In this JavaScript category, you need to learn those essential concepts as well. Number 2 is TypeScript. TypeScript is actually JavaScript plus some added cool features. Well, what are those features? So as the name suggests, TypeScript will have static types. JavaScript is a dynamically typed language. For example, when you're writing this function to multiply two numbers, you don't need to tell what the variable types are for A and B. And someone might pass a string by mistake in a function which expects integer, and that will result in issues in production. Whereas in TypeScript, you are specifying the data types, same as C++ or Java, and this type of static typing will prevent those errors from happening in production. So in this case, when you are transpiling or compiling this code, at the compilation time it will say that the function is expecting number, but you are supplying string. And this kind of checking will avoid the issues from happening in production, because if you have little software engineering experience, you all know what happens when we find issues in the production code. We try to fix them in a production environment, which is not the situation that you want to be in, right? Now browsers understand JavaScript, so eventually when you are compiling your TypeScript code, it will convert that into a JavaScript, and eventually on your browser it will run JavaScript only. Alright, so you can see that TypeScript is a superset of JavaScript. Now all the latest web and mobile app development frameworks such as React Native or Flutter, and on the website React.js or Angular Node, they all support TypeScript. So you don't have to worry about anything. You can start writing your code into TypeScript. And nowadays the job market is pretty good for TypeScript developers. So majority of the organizations, when they start their new project nowadays, instead of JavaScript, they prefer TypeScript. Okay, but understand that in order to understand TypeScript, you have to know JavaScript. So you still learn JavaScript and then you also learn TypeScript. So you become almost like invincible, when it comes to web and mobile app development. Talking about salaries are very similar to that of JavaScript programmers. As per Stack Overflow Programmer Survey, TypeScript was at number 4 in terms of most wanted languages. They have a different category of most loved languages where the rankings are different. So it is their own methodology. The list I have designed is as per my own experience and my conversation with so many industry experts. Now we are unveiling the secret. The counter is ticking. 3, 2, 1. Who is at position number 1? Do you have any guess? Well, it's obviously Python. There are various reasons why Python is the most important language in year 2021. AI and data science is kind of a hot trend nowadays, and if you want to get into this bandwagon, Python is the language you should be learning. There is R programming language, but Python just beats any other alternatives. Python is actually an all-purpose language. So you are not only doing AI and data science, you can do web development, for example, using Django and Flask. You can also do game development using Pygame module. You can do UI development using PyQt and Tkinter module. So you can see that it is an all-purpose full stack language. And if you think about salaries, in US on average Python programmers get $117,000 a year as per Indeed.com, and in India they get $545,000. But these are just the normal ranges. Actually in US, let's say if you're on East Coast or West Coast, and if you're working for a product-based big company with let's say more than 5 years of experience, and if you're a good performer, you can make easily like more than $200,000, anywhere between $200,000 and $350,000. There are many people who make that much money. If you are into let's say AI and machine learning, let's say you are a machine learning engineer at Facebook, those folks make up to $450,000 a year. And I'm not exaggerating a little bit. This is the fact. I know that. In India, same thing, working for big product companies with more experience and some expert skill level, you can make up to 60 or 70 lakh rupees per year. So you see that Python gives you not only the opportunity to earn a lot of money, but you have many career tracks that you can choose from. For example, you can become data analyst, you can become software engineer, you can become web developer, data scientist, even RPA executive. RPA stands for robotic process automation. So Python gives you tons of career options, so many job opportunities, versatile language, and there are many benefits. See, number one benefit is it's very easy to learn. Even a 5th grade student can learn it easily because the code syntax is very compact and English-like. Here is a code snippet to open a file and read it line by line in Java. The code is longer and it's kind of hard to remember. You have to remember that there is a buffered reader class, etc. in Python, it's more like English. With open file, do this. For line in F, print line. It sounds more like English. You have to write less amount of code, and also it is an interpreted language, so you don't have to compile it. I've seen that people who work with Java, C++, they spend a lot of time in compilation. Python saves all of that time, so you can focus maybe on your business logic or writing automated test cases. Python also has a very beautiful ecosystem when it comes to data science and AI. For example, for deep learning there is PyTorch and TensorFlow. For machine learning there is sklearn. For exploratory data analysis there is NumPy, Pandas and SciPy. So all of these modules are in Python, and they form a beautiful, nice Python ecosystem. So once you learn Python, you have access to all these awesome tools and packages. Thinking about packages, there are more than 276,000 packages available on PyPy, which is a central repository from where you can download different Python packages. So open source has resulted into explosion of these numerous packages. So if you want to do anything, just pip install specific module, write only few line of code, and your work is done. So if you're doing rapid prototyping or rapid code development, Python is the best language. And obviously in Stack Overflow's developer survey, Python was at number 1 in terms of most wanted languages. Alright, now it's the time for the giveaway. The first prize is the Bode earpods, the second prize is the Bode headphone, and the third prize is Infinity Bluetooth speaker. In order to win these prizes, this is what you need to do. I talked about my first 5 favorite languages for 2021, but actually I have another 5 languages, which is language number 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So you have to make a guess on what these programming languages are and post in a video comment below in the order. So I have this list, 6 to 10 languages, but I'm not telling this to anyone. You will have to make a guess, and when you post it, so give like 1 or 2 reasons why you think that particular language is something useful to learn in 2021. Even if you don't put a reason, it's okay. You can just put just a list of languages, that's fine too. And this giveaway will run for 1 week after posting this video. I will collect all the comments, and then whoever matches with my list, those people will get the prizes. Now the prizes number 1, 2, 3 is decided based on first come first serve. So if I get 3 correct responses which matches my list, then I will go by the date and time on which that particular comment was posted. And I'm doing this just to promote a healthy discussion, just in case if I don't know about some languages or some other people don't know about these languages. It kind of promotes this healthy conversation, and people also have fun. I pledge to give away all my YouTube earnings for next 1 year, and this is how I'm spending my money. I'm building portals like Skill Basics. I'm giving away some gifts so that people get more engaged and people get more motivated to learn programming. I hope you're liking this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends so that they understand why they should learn particular programming language. And thank you very much for watching. Bye.